Hey volunteers, I'm going to give you the last portion of this lesson, this unit, Truth for Toddlers. And you can remind the kiddos that we are learning God is in charge of everything. You cannot repeat that enough on Sunday. God is in charge of everything. You can have them looking out the window at the birds and the trees and whatever weather might be occurring that day and say that God is in charge of everything because He is. He's in charge of everything. So we are still in Truth for Toddlers. You can certainly take them through the refresher of God is in charge of rain and the weather and the snow. You can have the mittens put in the sensory table before the kids arrive. So whatever's in there now can be taken out. You can put these in and they will be surprised when they look and see something new and different. Because you've talked about this at the Big God Story. If you do choose to do that, I love that idea, but please at the end of your service, could you put them back in the box so that they're not lost within our own toy shuffle and get misplaced. We purchased these things specifically for the box lesson, so we're going to keep it within the box. But certainly you're allowed to play with it throughout the classroom. So we're back to being in charge. God is in charge of everything. Now we're moving to the family. So we're going to be teaching these little ones that God is in charge of your family. He knows all about it. You might have big brothers and sisters. Maybe you are a big brother or are a little brother. And it goes on and on to say that even your mommy and daddy, God knows them. And so we're showing them the pictures. We're pointing things out. We are talking about grandma and grandpa and aunts and uncles. And I believe they're having you look for little Jenny the giraffe. That's a fun exercise for these little kids to do, to spot it and see it and find it, as long as we're not spending time focused solely on that. And we want to make sure we're staying to God is in charge of everything and looking at the pictures. And God knows all about you. He was in charge of you even before you were born. He knew that you would be a girl or a boy. And so we talk about being a girl or a boy. God created us in His image. In His image, He made us boy and girl. In His image, He made us. Guess what? God is in charge of your age. He knows if you are 1 or 2 or 3 years old. God is in charge of your age. And then we pause for a moment, and then we can go back over to our box, and we can begin looking at all the people. There's a good diverse group here. Of grandmas and grandpas and babies. There's just a wonderful group of these little wooden peg people. You can use your box to set them up. As long as they stand, you might have to bend their legs a little bit. Whoops, that one fell off. And with one hand, I don't have it in me to bend the legs. There we go. You can have them sitting there. You can have them popping up and going, oh, sister's coming to play, boop, and pop them up, look them around. Or you can just pass them out and say, do you want to hold grandma? Do you want to hold the sister? Do you want to hold the baby? Be careful with the baby, it is tiny. So watch it with little hands and mouths. Certainly bigger than a choking hazard, but still be cautious. We do have a cat. We are missing the dog. So we do have a dog similar to this same style of plastic. So if you find the little dog, could you put him back in the box with the family? Again, you can play with these in the classroom as long as everything winds back up in the box. You also have a cake, a birthday cake, because, 1, 2, 3, or 5, 4, or 5. God is in charge of everything. He knows our age. And so you can play with the candles, you can count the candles, you can count the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You've got the cake thing to share the cake pieces. Again, as long as everything winds up back in the box, this can go to the kitchen area, this can go to the book area, this can go anywhere in the classroom as long as it winds back up in the box. The next portion of the story goes into what book are you reading? God is in charge of everything. It says it in the Bible. God is in charge of everything. And then you say, who is in charge of everything? God is in charge of everything. Now, currently, I am missing that Bible. That Bible is very colorful. It's got the very colorful Bible on front of it, and it should stay with the box up on the countertop. And I don't see it yet, but I'll make sure it's here for Sunday. Or if I cannot find that one, you'll have a Bible here Sunday for this part. This is the last Sunday. This is the last Sunday of September. The first Sunday in October, you will have a new box. I'm not sure what box that will be yet, but you'll have a new box. It won't be purple. It will be a different color with a different friend on the front of it. It might be the lion, the zebra, the tiger, or the monkey. So we will know that first Sunday of October. And I will certainly send you a video since these are all very new to us. Hopefully this helps you kind of incorporate this lesson with these children. Having applesauce in their hands while you're going through this story certainly helps. And possibly having the box closed so they don't come in and grab all of the pieces before you get to it. But also they're learning what no is, and a kind no at that. So that is okay to tell them no in a kind way, that you will do it. Hopefully this helps. Any questions, please ask. I really appreciate all of you taking the time to love these children well and prepare them for the time for when they do come to know Christ as their Savior. Thanks.